Hello friends, you're welcome back to our training video on Chima Dedicated Video channel. These are part of our Canva tutorial class for beginners. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to, uh, a, a kind of create text effects on Canva designs. How to make use of text. When I talk about text, you have your graphic, you are choosing your templates, and those write-ups you are writing on that graphic. These are tests. So there are a lot of ways to manipulate it, what to do, how to do it, the formatting and all that. That's exactly what this video is all about, because if you are new to Canva, you're going to be confused. I've seen a lot of persons, once it comes to making designs, text is where they fell flat. They don't get things right at all. So let's go out now. Now I want to tell you, once you're on Canva, the first thing to do is to choose a template. And this template can mean a lot. The question is, what are you looking at? What type of graphic do you want to prepare or create? Are you creating a mobile video? Are you creating a YouTube thumbnail? You must know, are you creating a social media post? Maybe Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So you must have just chosen what you need, presentation. That is the first thing to do. You must have made a choice. Now, assuming I am, let's say I'm creating something like, YouTube thumbnail. So what I need to do, I click on this YouTube thumbnail template. That is number one. Now, when I click on this, the next thing I'm going to do is to make a choice. Either I create a blank, template. Yes, I want to start creating or designing my graphic from the scratch. I don't want help. Or I choose any of these templates already. And in doing this, you have to use wisdom to do these things. There's sense you're going to apply in it. You look at all of this template. Number one thing you have to be mindful of. Anyone you see the right pro means you need to be a pro user for you to use it. That's one. Anyone you see the right paid, like I'm going to see something like this. Look at the one up here, they say paid. It means that I belong to a team that have already paid for all of this, so I can use it. If you're not in that team, you cannot see paid on it. You're still going to see it as pro user. Now, but as someone who is not using a team, effort or a pro user, there are so many free packages. Look at all of these things you are seeing here are free. So the first thing I'm going to do is to choose any of these templates. And like I was saying, in choosing your template, you're going to look for what is close to what you want to do. For instance, I want to just design this as something on creating a text effect on Canva. And that's what I want to talk about. So I want to bring something that is close. If I'm talking about this, I shouldn't be looking for a graphic that has pepper and spaghetti on it. But what if I'm preparing a YouTube thumbnail on anything that has to do with food? So I think going for one that has pepper, have all those things is close to, so that I have already got the graphic I need, have that understanding. Now let me go through this. Let me just pick this, even though it may not be exactly what I'm going to, but for the sake of this teaching. Text effect, applying text effect on Canva graphic. Now watch what I'm going to do with text. This text is what matters to me. The coloring, the font type, the font size, the formatting, the spacing, all of this matters to me. And that's where I'm going. It's here to open up. Now, assuming I choose this particular, template. Now, we're looking at text formatting. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I just want to write text formatting on Canva. That's what I want to write now. But what is already written here is 10 steps to achieving success at a young age. So I'm going to remove, there are a lot of things some of them I'm going to remove. So what I'm going to do now in the first place, let me look at this first thing up here that say rimbreco.co or whatever. I click on it. I don't want this. So once I click on it, you are going to see this two things here. One is duplicate, one is delete. Okay, the other one is edit. So I want to delete that. You know, in text formatting in Canva, when you choose a template, there are some tests or whatever designs you see there, you want to delete them entirely. So once you click on them like this, click on that delete icon. That one is gone. I don't need that text. I don't even want to edit it. So that's it. Now, okay, what else do I do? This one, I want to write it text. I just want to write text on it. Text formatting. Text formatting. So once I click on it, I've highlighted it. I go down here, I click on edit. Edit, it will be okay. So I now write text. You see, I can make it, close it like this. I've written text. I've changed that particular word there to text. Watch what I'm doing. Now, do you know I can still increase, as it's still highlighted, I can now look at all these damn buttons down here. Please pay attention, all these buttons down here, very important. I drag it, I'm looking for the one that writes font size. I want to increase that. It's already 85.7, I'm increasing it. I can as well decrease it by going back. So, I've increased this. I want it to be a bit bolder. Text formatting. Now, the next thing, the whole of these are together. I still want to edit it by writing it formatting. Now, look at it. Text formatting. I do this. I go again. Now, sorry. I click on it. I go to font size. Now, it doesn't stop at font size. I can as well choose a different font. If I want to choose a different font for this, look at after edit, you have font. So I click on font. This is where it matters. In this font, you can see there are hundreds or thousands of fonts. Now, look at it. All you are seeing here are fonts. There are so many. If you click drag, you are going to see beautiful, beautiful. You can make choices. You can just, let me use Horizon first. Horizon is always too bold. Very bold. But sometimes in your design, that may be the one you want. Are you seeing how big it is? It has taken over the entire thing. I would rather use Horizon for that text because I want that text to be bold. But I said no. I look away from Horizon. Let me use Rowdies. Let me use Rowdies. Okay. I may even go for this. So I may drag this for it to enter like this. But I'm not yet done. I may say, okay, let me, what of Getty Sans? Or let me go further. What of Anton? If I use Anton, let me use Archival Black. You seen it? There are so many of them. So many of them. What of Impact? Maybe that may give me exactly. See how Impact, how small it is. So you here you come, okay, let me use this leaves pattern. I love this. I'm going to use it. It's okay. It's not too small. It's not too big. It's moderate. I love the fonts. So the more you use this, you'll be able to master the fonts that are so wonderful. So that anytime you want to design, you quickly choose your font, the right way. Now, that is it. Let me go with this. I can still reduce okay, text formatting. Like I said, let me touch this text again by choosing a different font. Let me choose that particular font I mentioned before now. That is, I may even choose Lovello. It's another wonderful font. You see all of this is that there are so much. So you take your time, go through all of this. If you are going to be a good designer, you must do all of these things. I see a lot of, especially newbies, and it's always like, okay, let me use Lovello. They just enter, they just do anything. And now, again, another thing I want to talk about, your background matters. And this is another area people do a lot of stuff. Now, we're not only looking at all these text types and all that. You also look at for text color. Now, look at this text color here, yellow. What if I want to change it? But changing it, I should be very careful. I have a black background color there. I wouldn't want to change this into a color that will make it, imagine that black background color, and I'll come here and change that text to black. It makes no sense. Or I change it to this, you can't see it clearly. So it's not going to make sense. But if I put this is better than the one. Now, I can choose this one. Now, what if I choose blue? Does it still make sense? So a lot of people, they don't look at this. They just go and choose any font they see. What if I choose this? Green is also making sense. You understand? It's sharp on that background. So these are the things you must definitely consider. So I might say, okay, let me go with this particular one. Let me go with this particular one or this. Okay, I think I chose this. I love this color. It's very, very fine. Text formatting on Canva. Now, let me remove this line here. I delete. Let me remove this. No, this place. This one's there. These three lines, it's okay. I remove it. I want to shift this in up. You can move it. It's part of what we call text formatting. So text formatting on Canva. I still remove this. I don't want anything. Okay, let me drag it down. I may not remove it. I may just need to drag it down and bring this subscribe button down here and put this up. This part of design. You are the one that should do all of these adjustments. That shows you know what you're doing. Now, first, text formatting on Canva. Now, I'm going to type. Now, look up. I'm looking for another text to type. There are many ways I can do that. I can decide to duplicate any of these texts. You understand? Duplicate them to use here. I might decide to quickly go here and add text. Just watch. I go to this plus here and click on it to add text. Let me try it. Now let's look at text. I click on text. I can now choose this heading. And text box has come in. I can now type whatever I want. But what if I decide not to do that? And let me keep it by the side. And I decide to duplicate any of this to use. I click on this. Look at this. This means duplicate. Watch what is going to happen now. Because these are things you must learn. I click on it. It has duplicated. I drag one down. You understand? So instead of going to go back to add text, I just duplicate one of the ones I have. I can still change the color, change everything. So text formatting on Canva. Let me just assume I write Canva here. And this Canva I've written, I will also change the font type. I want to choose something that looks a bit of italics. Can I choose this? Okay, I don't want this. It's italics, but that's not the type of italics I'm looking for. Okay. What of this one? Okay, sorry. I wanted to click on English. Okay. These are all English fonts. If you go back proper to font, you can see you might need to go back to the heading and choose a different kind of group of fonts. Okay. Okay, let me choose this one. Caveat brush. Yes, I love this. Let me also change the color. Just watch me. I want to change the color to this, to green, or to, okay, this is not too good for it. Or to this, no, or to this. Let me choose that light green. It's okay. I choose this. Text formatting on Canva. Now, I shift this here. I use this text box I just brought here and call it on. Use it for on. Since I want to put on here. Text formatting on Canva. Have you seen my design? How do you look at this? Is it not making sense? Remember, this is not what was here before. but I've been able to do this. Now, I call this in simply text formatting on Canva. If I record this as a video and I want to drop it, as you're going to see this is already video being recorded. I want to post this to my channel. The title of this video might not be text formatting on Canva, but it will be how to do with it. The title might be how to format text on Canva. Yes, but it's not necessarily I must come here and be writing how to format text on Canva. I may write that. Are you getting it? I can even design this thing by saying Canva text formatting or Canva text effect, how it works. These are different things. All your target is to bring something that will be attractive. Someone might have been thinking about, what do I do with text? I don't know what to do. Once he sees this graphic, oh, text formatting on Canva, let me watch this video and see. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. So that's why a thumbnail matters so much. But remember, I'm talking about YouTube thumbnail. You can still do this text formatting on every other thing. Now, apart from this, there are so many other things. Let me use this text I wrote here, for instance. Apart from editing, font, text size, you can have font size, color. You can also have formatting. If you click this B now, formatting B, either you are bolding it, it's already bold, that's why it's not showing. Italics, underline, you can underline it. You see it. Do you understand? You can make it centered, but I leave it this way. And all that. You go out of there, you can space out. When do you space out? When you write, there's a text together, they occupy more than one line, and you want to close it up. You can use a spacing bar to do that. You can also add other effects if you want to animate this. But if you are doing this, it's not like a video. You are not designing graphic like for videos or whatever. There's no need animating. It doesn't make sense. It's just a simple graphic, the text. So there's no need animating it. Transparency, layers, and so many. Positioning is, for instance, you want a particular image or whatever to be under, either front or under, while the other one covers it, a kind of an overlay. That's where positioning comes. And so many of this. So these are things you should be doing on Canva to touch your text and make it so beautiful. You see where we started? There are so many things to do as long as Canva graphic design is all concerned. If you want to be, part of what we're doing, you can join our class on Canva graphic design for beginners. It's always superb to learn so many things. This is just a tip of an iceberg. There are quite a lot of things on graphic, on design, on animation, on video. A lot of things you can learn from this. And that alone can make you to become a graphic designer that people can pay you to design this and that. And if you're a business person, you can save costs doing all of these things for yourself instead of taking it out there and they charge you so much. And this is exactly what it's all about, to format your text on Canva. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel wherever you're watching this video now. And if you think this video makes sense, don't forget to like this video. Give us a thumbs up. And when you subscribe, please make sure you click on that notification bell so that once we release a new video, a follow-up video, you learn from what we are doing here. I'm going to stop at this moment. I thank you for your time. God bless you.